Hi, and welcome to another week, and still grey and gloomy out here, and cold. I think it's supposed to be getting warm in a couple of days. Wet and warm. I say warm, 11 degrees, but better than nothing. So I hope you had a good weekend. We did here, and all ready for another exciting week. So what are we doing on the website? Well, we've got Jessica joining us. I'm sure some of you know Jessica. She's starting today. So we now have Jessica, Megan and Katrina, who are here and able to deal with queries, etc. And obviously we're open for cruises and those kind of things. I haven't quite got the UK events on board. I'll be with you there with regard to those when they come about. And today we're talking about competing still. As I say, competing and doubling is going to be basically the theme for this whole month, particularly the doubling. And I think today we're going to look at just responding to the doubles, just to remind ourselves how we do that, because it's all well and good me telling you to double lots, but you do need to know how to respond to them. Okay, and then we'll look at a few other things like we've got the hand evaluation, and may have another competitive bid that's been sent in, so there's plenty going on, and then of course the bidding quiz to finish. So all sorts of things going on. I've also got the tip of the day, which I did omit from the first one of the year. So sorry about those who like the tip of the day. I just skirted over that, as it were. So Mr. Bridge has always had a lot to do with charity, and I want to carry that on. So I'm going to try and ask anybody who's got charity events they want to promote to send them in, and we will put them on the site, both in our members bit but also on the non-members bit, so people can see if there are events that you might want to take part in. I've got a couple that I'll show you now that are sent in by a couple of members. So we've got the two here. I'll let you read them yourself because I can't actually read it because my eyesight. There's one on January the 20th here for Cancer Research UK. So that's through Suzanne, and you can, they give the details there, but you can also obviously ring them. So there's one for Cancer Research UK there on the 20th of January, and then one here for for Parkinson's, and that is on the 25th of January. So there's a couple of charity events there where you can give a donation, or ring the person or email the person. They'll give you all the details. So I've asked the two people involved to post on both the Facebook and the forum if they can, but if not, try and get them there. So you've got one for the Parkinson's and one for Cancer Research UK. Okay, you can see Suzanne's on board there, and the other one's by Pam, who's another one of our members as well. Okay, Pam Willis. So those are the charity, and as I say, if you've got one that you're involved with or know of, do email us. I probably won't be able to promote them all necessarily on the lives, but I'll make sure that I regularly promote, because we will create a page where we can put them, and obviously we'll carry that on hopefully when we go live as well, and tell you where you can find your local charity events. I'm going to be honest, of course, the charity events are something that I think all of us were involved in when it was live, and of course then you end up having a bit more social element to it, of course, etc. But a number of these are on the Real Bridge sites, so which allows you to see each other, so there is a social element to it as well, so maybe do try those. So let's go for the PowerPoint. Let's start. No, we've got to go to the hand evaluation. Got to remember what I'm doing. Come on, here we go. So those of you on Friday would have seen this already, and so I'll just give it to show it to everybody here. So here's your hand, and as usual what I want you to do is assess the hand. So you're sitting here with the south hand. I want you to assess the hand. I want you to think of two things, and this is generally what I would. So for example, when I'm doing the teams, if I'm not still talking about the last hand, I would look at this hand and I would say, well, you know, I've got 11 points. You know, if I was the opener, yeah, I think I might open. Or if I'm responding, how would you feel, for example, opposite a 1-no trump opening bid? If your partner bid, and those are the kind of things. So 11 points is always a sort of middle-ish number. So you've got to decide whether you feel good about it or whether you feel it's just an ordinary hand, etc. And it's important to do that before the bidding gets too involved, so that you've assessed where you feel you are going to be. Okay, so let's go over to the PowerPoint after that little hand there. So as I say, today I wanted to have a go at responding to doubles. So those of you on the site, and also in the last few that we've done on the Mondays, we've been talking about doubling quite a lot to keep the bidding open. Okay, so not just the normal double of a 1 diamond bid, but also when you're coming back in and doing things. So we're going to try and look over these various doubles, how we might respond to them. Okay, so first of all, you need to remember that it is your job to show some extra strength if you have it. So what do I mean by that? Well, if your partner makes a double, for example, a classic double of 1 diamond opening bid, you expect him to have an opening hand. So if you've got 10 or 11 points, you need to be showing some excitement there. Okay, because as always, your partner's asking you to bid your best suit, so he's expecting you to respond with 0 or 1 point. He doesn't want to be left in their contract, so that's crucial. So if you make a simple response, your partner can only guarantee that you've got 1 point, 0 points as it were. Okay. If you are strong, so if you have an opening hand and your partner's shown an opening hand, you want to go for game, you can bid the opponent's suit. I put their suit there. So make a bid of the opponent's suit to say, I'm strong and I'm excited, partner. Okay. Now, we talked about this a number of times. I've put it on the Mondays, I've had it on Fridays, and I've done it in my seminars. When your partner is in the last seat, we like to borrow kings. We like to borrow kings to make sure that the auction doesn't finish too early. So you've got to bear in mind that if you're responding to a double like that, okay, if you're responding to a double like that, then your partner might be a bit weaker, okay. So we've also looked at over a number of seminars this reopening double, and that's the one where you've opened the bidding, your opponents have overcalled, and then the bidding's come back round to you and you've made a double. Okay, and we'll see that the responding to that, you've got to remember that your partner has already opened. So bear in mind, obviously he will have length in that suit. So if anybody's coming late to this one, those of you who are interested, we are in the process, hopefully, of changing our servers and all sorts, just to make things better. Okay, so just to go through that again, that page, we're talking about responding to doubles. Remember to jump, remember to show your extra strength. If you're very strong, you can bid the opponent's suit. When partner is in the last seat, he may have borrowed some of your points. And the reopening double we will look at right at the end here. Okay, so the other points to note before we look at some actual hands are, don't forget, you can include points for distribution. When your partner makes a takeout double, your partner is suggesting that you will have a fit with whatever he's got. So if you've got a singleton, then you can evaluate for that singleton, and it can be rather nice. If you've got a singleton and your partner's got a singleton, you can find the contract can work rather nicely. Nicely. Bear in mind also, when there's lots of bidding, you know about certain things. Queen doubleton in your opponent's suit is not likely to be so valuable, perhaps, but a singleton in the opponent's suit's rather nice, those kind of things. So when you've heard a bit of the auction, quite often you can evaluate certain cards and feel whether they're good or bad. And last but not least, before we look at some hands, only pass a takeout double if you are sure it is best. Now, over the next 3 or 4 weeks, we are going to be seeing a lot of passes of takeout doubles, and they are going to be positive bids. Okay, they are going to be positive bids. They are saying, partner, I know you wanted me to take out, but I'm excited about playing in their contract doubled. Okay, so remember though, it is not a bid that you make because you don't know what else to bid. In fact, I think those of you who were with me on Friday, we had a bidding quiz, one of those nasty ones where you've got your partner makes a takeout double and you've got 5 cards of their suit but only 2 points. So you end up bidding a 3-card suit because you do not want to pass, because you do not think it's a good bid. Because if you only pass if you expect to take the opponent's contract down. It's really important now. Okay, so let's look at some examples. We're going to have the opponents. North is going to open. North opens 1 diamond. We cannot see North's hand. East, you can see there, makes a lovely takeout double. It goes pass. And what are you going to bid with the West hand? I'm not disguising any hands this time. So it goes 1 diamond from North, double from the East hand that you can see, pass. And the West hand on your left has to reply to the takeout double. So 1 diamond double pass. What would you reply to your partner's takeout double? Okay, and for me, it's important. I'm not quite as excited as Stuart there. I don't feel I can guarantee game, but I am excited in some way. You've got 5 spades, so you've definitely got a fit. And you've got a singleton. So this is not 7 points. For me, it's worth closer to 10. Okay, fully evaluating hand with 10 points, you need to make a jump response to say, partner, I've got a pretty decent hand here. So if you just bid 1 spade here, the East hand would pass. So you do need to make some for me, it's a jump to 2 spades. Partner, unless you're completely minimum, there's a chance for game. Okay, so as long as you make a jump of some sort, some have jumped to 3 spades, that's okay. It would feel a little bit shallow on points, but it's got to be more than 1 spade. Do not forget that 1 spade promises 0 points. 1 spade promises 0 points. Okay, and of course over 2 spades, I have a feeling that East would feel he's happy enough there. He's got 13 points in a singleton. Okay. Okay, how about this one? Again, same auction, 1 diamond from North, double from your partner, pass, and it's the West hand to bid. Okay, so you're responding to a takeout double of 1 diamond with the hand on your left. Okay, how do you feel this time? And I'm getting a whole tranche of 2 diamond bids. Okay, and that's brilliant. Remember, those of you who are bidding 4 spades, you're looking at both hands. Okay, in a way you're doing the right thing, but I think you're looking at both hands. What the important thing here is, I hope that everybody realizes we should be in a game contract. So East has made a takeout double of the 1 level, and you have a 7 loser hand with 4 cards in both majors. Okay, so you want to finish in 4 of one of the majors, but you're not sure which one. So it's a bit difficult seeing both hands because you see, oh, I want to be in spades. But clearly I could move the 3 of spades and make it the 2 of hearts in the East hand. And then, of course, we'd want to be in 4 hearts. So we're bidding the opponent's suit to say, partner, I am strong and I am excited. I am strong and I am excited. Okay, and your partner will usually respond, to be honest, by showing his better major here. Okay, so 2 diamonds says, partner, I'm strong and I'm excited. It depends how you play it. To be honest, in these kind of auctions, it's usually at least forcing to suit agreements. So that for me, it's probably forcing to game. I'm going to be honest. You've got to be practical in these kind of auctions because there could be another bid from your opponents. I think generally, if my partner's shown the equivalent of an opening hand and I bid the opponent's suit, I am saying, partner, let's bid game. Let's work out out which game we should be in. Here I would have East bidding 2 spades, and then I would jump to 4 spades. If East bid 2 hearts, I would jump to 4 hearts. Okay, you can give it names, but for me it's a bid of the opponent's suit. It's a bid of the opponent's suit. And don't forget, a doubler is showing an opening hand, and of course the equivalent of an opening hand is a 7 loser hand. That will be the very minimum hand he has, because he should have shape if he's minimum. So even if he only has 11 points, if he's 4-4-4-1, you'll still find he'll usually have 7 losers. So of course that will fit beautifully with you. So if he's got a singleton diamond, you've got a singleton club, and remember, you'll have a fit in both majors a lot of time. Yes, you haven't got an 8 card fit in hearts, but you can see how the high cards are fitting. Of course, a bid of the opponent's suit is always alertable. You are not showing anything in diamonds. So just to explain that, the hand on the left hand there is not showing length in diamonds. When he bids 2 diamonds, he's showing strength. In theory, if East bids 3 clubs, okay, the correct bid on the west hand would then be to bid 3 diamonds again. Okay, because for a double of takeout of 1 diamond, your partner must surely have 1 4-card major. And so eventually you'll persuade your partner to bid the major he has. Often he'll have both 4-card majors. It won't matter which one you play in, but you want to make sure you're in your best fit. Okay, I am strong and I want you to bid again, partner. So how about this one? I've shifted you to the east seat, and you'll see why in a moment, because the auction goes like this. 1 spade from north, pass from you, pass, double from your partner, pass. Okay, so this time you're only seeing 1 hand here. 1 spade from north, pass from you, pass, and then double from your partner, pass, and it's your bid again. So your bid. So you passed on the first round. So once again, 1 spade from your opponent, pass, pass, double from your partner, pass, and it's your bid. Okay. So in a sense, I would say that you're choosing between 2 and 3 hearts, but there's a couple of things to bear in mind here. Okay. Your partner may have borrowed a king. And how do you feel about your holding in spades? Okay, so for example, I would probably make a different bid. If I moved my queen of spades into clubs and gave you the king queen to 4 clubs, then I'd be feeling a bit more excited about the hand. But the queen to 4 spade, when my right hand opponent has bid spades, I'm not that keen on it. And my partner may well have borrowed a king. So I have a feeling that I'm looking at this hand as closer to 8 points than 10, and I'm going to just bid 2 hearts with it. I do not mind if you bid 3 hearts with the hand, as long as you understand that you might be bidding too much because your partner may have borrowed a king and that your queen of spades is not so valuable. Notice also that you're looking at between 8 and 9 losers here, and if you don't like the queen, it's close to 9 losers. Okay, and in which case I think 2 hearts is enough. Okay, it can always be a bit awkward, but remember, because it's gone 1 spade pass pass, your partner may not have quite as much strength. We're hoping that if he's got 14, 15 points, given that he could have only 8 or 9, he should probably make another move over 2 hearts. Maybe 15, 16 he should do. Okay, and we would feel our hands worth, let's say, 9 points, we'll call it. So, and I would feel if partner had 16, he would make another bid. Okay, so 2 hearts is indeed 0 to 1 point. So it's 0 up to about 10 here. But bear in mind, quite often North would make a bid here. I would feel what you've got to work out is what kind of hand will my partner make another bid with. So don't forget, if your partner's got a singleton spade, for example, here, your queen of spades is not so valuable. The hand is not looking that pretty. Okay, so you're going to need a pretty strong hand from your partner, I think, to have any chance of game. All right, so here I would feel that if we could make a game, partner probably is strong enough to make another bid over 2 hearts. Okay, but it's a close call. Again, it's up to you. But remember, when your partner might have borrowed a king, and also evaluating your cards in the opponent's suit here. It doesn't take much. If you change the Queen of Spades and make it the Queen of Clubs instead, I would feel that all of my points are working, is the expression we often use, and I would jump to 3 hearts. So it's the fact that I've downgraded a little, and I'm thinking partner might not have. Partner should have hearts. He won't always have. He's borrowing a king. Okay, he's borrowing a king. Because most of the time we will have a heart fit, if you've got a fit in heart, you generally want to play in them. Okay, so for example, if your partner had a singleton spade here, okay, if partner had a singleton spade here, you'd probably want to play in hearts rather than no trumps because you've only got 1 spade stopper. Okay, so here, if you think you've got a fit in a major, generally opt for hearts rather than no trumps. All you need to do is move 1 card. If you move the 3 of hearts into the club suit or the diamond suit, you might choose then to respond no trumps. So rather than choosing clubs, you might choose no trumps. Does that make sense? So if I moved the 3 of hearts there into the club suit, then you might choose to bid no trumps. But with 4 hearts, most of the time you're going to have a fit. You want to play in that major. Okay. There's your partner's hand, okay, so that you can see it. I love his bid. Thank you very much, partner, for borrowing a king for me. I'm really glad you did, okay. And your partner then says back to you, thank you very much for taking into account that I might have borrowed a king, okay. And so you can see here that you've got, the points are about dead level. North is probably opened with 15 points, I suppose, or 15 or 16, and the South bidder who passed probably just has 5 points. Okay, so you're in 2 hearts. You might be forced up to 3 hearts if the opponents dredge up 2 spades eventually, but the point is you've got to where you want to be. Okay. And you can see that Queen of Spades to 4, not so valuable. Let's look at this one. I'm going to show you both hands again, and we'll just finish with a couple of hands here. So you open 1 spade. The West hand opens 1 spade. Okay, so your hand on the left there, open 1 spade. You then get a 2 diamond overcall. So 1 spade on the hand on your left, which is West, 2 diamond overcall, pass, of course, from East. It then goes pass, and we get this reopening double. I hope everybody's happy with double with the West hand. If you're short in diamonds, double is a great bid. Okay, it allows you all of the options, and it's something we're looking at a lot over this whole month. This reopening double, which allows us to finish in spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs, or no trumps, all of the 5 denomination. And we've seen a number of hands where East actually holds really good diamonds and ends up leaving them in 2 diamonds doubled. However, clearly on this occasion, his diamonds are nowhere near good enough. So what are you going to bid with the East hand? Now clearly you can see both hands, so it should be easy. But essentially, when you're responding to a reopening double, you think of 2 things. You think, my partner has bid a suit, but he's suggesting he's got support for the other ones. And there's no reason to think he's going to reopen in the same way whether he's got 4 clubs and 3 hearts or 4 hearts and 3 clubs. Generally, if your partner's short in diamonds, he will try to reopen the bidding for you because he wants to compete. That's why. If I've got a singleton diamond, I'm thinking most of the time my opponents have a fit. So here I am going to bid 3 clubs. Okay, I am going to bid 3 clubs because I know that my partner will have no more than 5 spades. He should have 5 spades, but he'll have no more than 5 spades. But he can also have balanced hands with 4, 4, 3, 2. So, for example, if he had this hand, he's got 15 points. If he had 4 spades, 3 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 4 clubs, he would still reopen with a double, I hope. So 4 spades, 4 clubs, 3 hearts and 2 diamonds with 15 points. He's too strong to open 1 no trump. So go 1 spade, 2 diamonds, pass, pass, and I'd still want him to reopen the bidding. Can you see that? It's a bit more aggressive, but he's short in diamonds. So I think bidding the suit you've got. The time that I'm definitely going to bid the spades, though, is when I've got 3, and that's what I'm going to show you in a moment. So here, 3 clubs, my partner, my best suit is clubs. Okay, but if you've got 3 spades, that is crucial. So here the bidding goes 1 spade, 2 diamonds, okay, pass, pass, okay. So now if we reopen with the double again, but can you see here that I think it's really important you bid 2 spades here. Okay. I'm hoping that I think you're too weak to dredge up a 2 spade bid at the start. Okay. I know some of you might do, but with 11 losers and just 1 high card, I think passing is better. Okay. I think passing is better on the first round of the bidding. I think 2 spades is a step too far and it's going to get your partner excited. So we pass on the first round of the bidding. It then goes pass, partner reopens with a double. Okay. And the thing to remember here is that 2 spades is a level lower, and the worst fit you'll ever be is a 4-3 fit. So just to explain once again, in playing weak no trump, if you've got a strong no trump, I'll often open 1 spade when I've got 4 of them. But if I've got a doubleton in diamonds and 16, 17 points, I'm going to reopen with a takeout double to say, partner, come on, we need to compete for this hand. So I don't have to have 5 spades, but I think in response, if you've got 3, 2 spades is reasonable, bearing in mind that that keeps us at the 2 level. And the worst fit we've got is a 4-3 fit, and I might be at a rougher heart. So I think 2 spades is sensible, but I think generally just with 3 of them, I guess I could create a hand that was, you had 5 small diamonds and 3-3-2 in the other suits, so 2 spades, 3 hearts, 3 clubs and 5 small diamonds, and then I would bid 2 spades, but that's another matter, and I wouldn't let you have that. Okay. Someone asking if I was 5-4 in spades and hearts, would I open a spade and then rebid 2 hearts over 2 diamonds? You're probably better reopening with the double, and the reason is because sometimes your partner will be very long in diamonds and wants to play in 2 diamonds doubled. So even if I move the 2 of clubs to the heart suit, I think reopening with a double is probably best. Okay. Don't forget, we're not reopening with the 2 clubs because we can't reopen with 2 clubs because obviously the opponents have bid 2 diamonds. Okay. However, as we're talking about over the next 4 weeks on the site, and I'll be talking about here, okay, we are mentioning the idea of the takeout double system works brilliantly because we end up with penalty doubles as well. So imagine the East hand here had 7 points, 8 points with ace queen to 5 diamonds. So imagine you had 8 points and ace queen to 5 diamonds in your hand. You would pass the 2 diamond bid, it would go pass. When your partner reopens with a double, you're then able to pass for penalties. So the reason why we're reopening with the double is often to allow for the possibility that you may end up in 2 diamonds as well as hearts, spades or clubs. It's a little bit tricky that, but we'll see a lot of examples coming up over the next 2 or 3 weeks where we will see this system working beautifully, where one player leans over backwards to reopen the bidding and the other one is able to smile and pass the double. Okay. Well, that's the seminar finished for the moment. We'll come back. I've pressed the wrong thing then. We'll come back to the tip of the day in a moment. So let's look at the solution to the hand evaluation here. And let's go to that and see. Someone asking how many points you need to reopen the bidding. It's a good question just before we look at the hand evaluation again. It depends on your style. I'm going to be honest, my style is simple. If I have a singleton in the opponent's suit and a 5-4-3-1 hand, I would often reopen with a double or at any strength at all. Okay, so by that I mean I would feel that we should be competing for the hand. Some people will like to be a bit stronger than that, but with a singleton I like reopening just with an opening hand. If I do not have a singleton, so if I've got a doubleton, I'm more likely to be 15 plus. Okay, therefore sort of the equivalent of a strong no trump onwards. But with a singleton, so often it's the right thing to do to compete for the hand. You will get bad scores, believe me, I've finished in 2 hearts doubled making many a time. Okay, but you get some lovely scores as well, and hopefully, as I keep saying throughout when I talk about this kind of thing, hopefully the good scores outweigh the bad scores. Okay, so let's look at the hand evaluation here, and let's see how we felt about this hand. So on this particular occasion, you are going to be third to bid. Okay, but if I was opening the bidding, I hope most of us would open the bidding. I'm not saying the clubs are beautiful. I'm not saying the clubs are beautiful, but I would probably open one club. I mean, I don't mind you opening one no trump with the hand, but I would have thought a club is better. I know it allows them to come in, but it looks more like a club opening to me. Okay, so I'm going to open, but what about if your partner opens? So let's do that. So it goes one no trump pass, and it's your bid. So first and foremost, the fact I'm opening, I'm hoping that everybody's assuming that the bid is worth 12 points. So that's your first point here, okay. So for me, the hand is worth your 12 points. And the crucial element here is, I think, to be honest, if I'm given 6 clubs and, and I've got plenty of entries, I'm going to play in no trumps if that's okay. So I am going to play in no trumps for this hand. And the question for me, is it 2 no trumps or 3 no trumps? Okay. And interesting, the 10 of clubs is an important card here. Okay. And the question is it 2 no trumps or 3 no trumps? And the important thing here for me is that 3 no trumps is not based on the number of points your partner's got. It's based on how he fits with your clubs. So if he's got a nice high card in clubs, then we can make it. Now, some of you will play a system where you can bid this. So those of you who play 4 transfers, so if you do play 4 transfers, I'm not recommending it, but if you do play 4 transfers, then you do have an opportunity of sort of showing a hand that has a club suit, and your partner's then able to show you if they have a fit for it. Okay, so if you do play that, then you could show your clubs and your partner could say, oh, I've got a fit with that suit, and then you could bid 3 no trumps. But for me, playing much more natural systems, I'm not interested in showing that club suit. The hand, take 1 point away, and I would just simply transfer to clubs. So if it was a 10 count, I would probably settle. In fact, I would say if you take the 10 of clubs away and made it the 2, I may even settle for 3 clubs or settle for 1 no trump. But here, I'm going to bid 3 no trumps. Okay. If the opponents lead hearts, I'm just hoping my partner's got something there, in the same way as if I had a 13 count with 2 little hearts. I'm just hoping. So if I have 13 points in normal balanced hand with 2 little hearts, again, I would bid 3 no trumps as normal, and if they, if we lose the first 5 tricks. I think the point, the key point here, and a number of people have said it here, okay, a number of people have said it, is 2 no trumps is like landing on the side of a coin. So quite often you'll make 1 no trump or 3 no trumps, but 2 no trumps is in the middle of nowhere. So I prefer you to pass 1 no trump or go for 3 no trumps. I don't mind a transfer to clubs, but I don't like 2 no trumps. As I say, if you play 4 suit transfers, and what I mean by that is 2 spades is a transfer to clubs and 2 no trumps is a transfer to diamonds, then you do have a reasonable option. 2 spades, and your partner comes back by telling you if he likes your clubs. Okay, I'm not necessarily recommending that, believe you me. Okay, so I'm just going to bid 3 no trumps because that's the kind of guy I am. I am a gambler, and generally if you've got a choice of bids and 3 no trumps, Bob Hammond's law, I'm sure I've told you that before, Bob Hammond's law is if 3 no trumps is one of your choices, then it is not unreasonable to make that your choice. Okay, you get a spade lead, and your partner's got Yes, he's got nice hearts for you, which is a bonus, but he's only got 12 points. Okay. So, how do you play the club suit? How do you play the club suit? And because you've got the Jack 10 but not the 9, you've got the Jack 10 and not the 9, the correct play is just to play the Ace of Clubs. Okay, the correct play here is basically what you're doing is you are hoping that to lead the Jack of Clubs, you're hoping for a 9 singleton. To lead the Ace of Clubs, you're hoping that the King or Queen is a singleton. So you have a better chance by leading the Ace rather than leading the Jack. Okay. I'm not going to don't feel any need to, so I'll play the King of Spades there, and I'm just going to play a club off. And actually, it's reasonable chances. You're either hoping for a singleton, well, there you go, you get the singleton, or you're hoping for a 2-2 break. So it's a reasonable chances. So half of the 3-1 breaks, so whenever the Queen or King of Clubs is singleton, half of the 3-1 breaks you make, plus obviously when they break 2-2. So it's a good contract, this. Your partner only had 1 high card for you. Okay. Clearly, if you bid 2 no trumps, your partner would have signed off. So here we're going to make comfortably because, of course, the clubs are going to make. Okay. So you'll make 5 club tricks and 4 top tricks. And if they switch to hearts, you might have a chance there, but not here. Okay. So I'll just go back to show you the full hands there again. Okay. So here, if you bid 2 no trumps, I would feel your partner's going to pass. If you transfer to clubs in a normal fashion, you'll just end up in 3 clubs, which is a fine contract. But of course, 3 clubs does not score as much as 3 no trumps. Okay, so in a way, that's an element of gambling involved. It's much easier when you're playing a team's game. In a team's game, I think that's a classic 3 no trump bid without a thought. Playing pairs, you know, it's a fine line. But if I'm stuck between 2 bids and one of them's 3 no trumps, as I say, I think bidding 3 no trumps is a nice way of doing things. Now, let's nip back to that tip of the day. Now, this was supposed to be the first of the year, and it is a crucial one, and it's a very simple one, and we'll go to more specific tips as we go through. But the tip of the day is this, is think about your partner when bidding, when leading, and when defending. All right? So think about your partner when bidding, when leading, and when defending. Think about your partner when making comments about the hand. It is a partnership game. So clearly this was supposed to be the first tip of the year because it's a New Year's resolution, as it were. But actually, if you can, it's a simple tip, but if you think about your partner, because most of us are so involved with our own hand that we fail to take into account that that our partner might have a card for us, or the reason he's passed throughout the hand is because he has nothing in his hand, not because he's lazy or something like that. So let's go through that again. Think about your partner when you're bidding, when you're leading, and when you're defending. So through every aspect of the hand, and it'll make you so much a better player. The last bit, of course, is about making your partner feel good. Okay, making your partner feel good. So don't make comments about a hand that are going to make your partner feel bad. Now, that doesn't mean at the end of a hand, you go through the hands, and let's say the end of the event, sorry, you think, oh, partner, let's learn something. And sometimes you have to say, partner, I think you could have done something better there, but not in the middle of the game. Okay, all right. And of course, as Suzanne said, one of the things I'm doing on Teams is I'm talking about everything. So I'm trying to get across all of my pains. It's the last thing. And it's an interesting point, and I make it sometimes when I'm doing this in the Teams, is I would not be saying the same things live as I'm saying in the Teams of 4 that I say on the Wednesday. So what I'm trying to do is talk to you, the audience, about how I'm feeling about the hand. But of course, if I'm with my partner, I'll be saying to my partner, and so if I'm ever typing anything in, I'll be saying, well played, partner, this and that. Now, and all you're trying to do is keep a constant flow of positive partnership elements. So, because nobody's ever wrong in a partnership. It's only the partnership that can ever be wrong. Now, believe me, anybody who played with me as a youngster will know that was definitely not it should have been my philosophy, but it certainly wasn't. And there's a lot of players in bridge that never make it at a high level because they're not able to play with another partner. It's really tough. They're very good chess players, but they're not such good bridge players. So they much prefer to play the game by themselves. And in fact, that happens at any level. I think we all know in our local clubs and whatever, we know people who play the game by themselves. They do all the bidding by themselves and this and that, and their poor partner has to put down a dummy a lot of the time. Okay, so what have we got left? I'll just quickly show you a couple. I'll show you those charity things because I knew people. So I talked about the charity events. So we had the 2 charity events, one for Parkinson's on the 25th of January there, and one for the cancer research on the 25th. So if you are interested, please do look into those. Either contact them or this, and we'll put that on. And don't forget, we've also got our website, which I have to keep reminding. So do come and join us if you fancy. We're still here and we're still having fun. We're still trying to develop, and you can always have a look. And we're hopefully going to bring some novice beginner stuff on board eventually. I thought about that at about 20 minutes to midnight last night, which my wife wasn't pleased about. So I've made a note of that, and hopefully we'll then invite teachers to get all of their pupils to sign on for a free trial to see if they like it. But I've got to organise that, so give me time with that. And of course, we've got our cruises, so we're starting to promote events. You can see the holiday pages on our site, so do have a look there. And we're starting with two cruises on Fred Olsen. One with Will and Sylvia are going off to the Canaries January the 5th, and then I'm going to go to the Northern Lights in March. So that's quite exciting, and you can see details of that on our website as well. I will be coming. I'll hopefully have UK events for you very soon. Okay, UK events hoping to start in October, and I'll have those for you very soon. Now, a special offer of the week is, I think, the quantitative bidding seminar. So the special offer of the week is the quantitative bidding seminar. So do look at that. That's always on the shop. I think that's at half price, and you get both the seminar and the set hands, of course, for that. Okay. Yeah, what I'm hoping to do on the site is to have a list of charity events, etc., that we could have on, and we could certainly we'll try and promote that, and we'll actually carry that on even when some of them are live as well. Our prize winner this week was Jerry Rudge. Well done, Jerry Rudge. You'll be playing in the prize teams at the end of the month, and you'll be playing on the table against me with a choice of your partner. So that's Jerry Rudge. So well done. And last but not least, we have a bidding quiz. So let's find a bidding quiz. Here we go. So, South, your right-hand opponent opens 3 clubs. Your right-hand opponent opens 3 clubs. What do you fancy with this hand? So your right-hand opponent opens 3 clubs, and you have to make a bid with this hand. Okay, with about 17 points there. See how you feel. Okay, don't forget you can see the answer there both on our website, or you can, as a non-member, you can go to our website and just put your details in and get that free of charge as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, remember our first month of this year, it's doubling you annually, double annually. That doesn't really work, does it? But it should be double annually, or pen annually. How's that? Penalty annually. I don't know. You'll have to work on that for me and come back. But in the whole of January, I want you to be doubling more, and I want your stories of penalty doubles. I want to see the ones that work, but please send in the ones that don't as well, because they're useful as well. Okay. All right. So let's double more and let's have double the fun while doing it. Thanks very much, everybody, and see you later in the week.